Friends, you just entered a new chapter. Something about you is so different. The way that you're moving, the way that you're thinking, the way that you feel, your emotions, your mindset, your aura, your energy, it's so different these days. And you just can't put your finger on what was changing and what has happened because everything just shifted pretty fast all of a sudden. And all of a sudden it just feels like you're kind of over the past you're kind of done with that version, and you kind of can't relate to her anymore, and it just feels like you're trying really hard to relate to her, but there's just a part of you that doesn't relate to her, and then you feel guilty about it, and then you feel sad about. Okay, let's take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Come arrive here with me, because new chapters are so funny because it's sometimes something that we've been praying for, we've been manifesting, we've been quantum jumping, we've been doing the meditations and the breath work and the healing and the this and that. Like we've been calling it in, but once it's here, we're almost like, what do I do with it? Like, what if I fuck it up? What if I mess it up? What if I don't? What if, right? Like there's that fear of that new chapter. And honestly, that's why we're having this conversation, because a fear is a natural part of anything. But it's how we handle and manage and approach fear that makes a difference. Because fear, like if you're scared of something, you can let it consume you, because that's one pathway, that's one option. You can worry all the time. You can think about the worst case scenario. You can underestimate your skills. You can do all the things that you want to, right? And also there's a different pathway where you can say, yeah, this is scary, but how do I differentiate the difference between what I'm scared about and what I'm actually excited about? And can I intuit that in my body? Can I regulate my nervous system enough to know the difference between what is new and what is a no? Can I regulate and feel the difference between what is a fear and what is excitement? So these chapters, what they feel like is like a breakup of our old selves. Honestly, it feels like you're letting go of this little version of you that you were nurturing for the last 3, 4, 5 years. And you were teaching her and you were doing all the things and you were, figuring out what she needs and how to eat and how to, clothe her and move her around the house and do all this stuff. You're like basically, raising this human. And then all of a sudden, like this human just like grew up to the next level. It just grew up and went into the next stage of their life. And it's like a sad energy to say goodbye to this old version. And part of you knows that you're excited about moving to this new version because like, of course you are, of course, like you're excited and there's this enthusiasm about it. But there's also a part of you that feels like you're breaking up with this past version, this past chapter. And there's a misconception that closing a chapter is this like big, bad, negative thing. It's like, oh, I'll never be that person again, or I'll never experience those things again. And to a certain degree, it is true. Like in this particular lifetime, like, yes, you already had those experiences and that's done here. And also there's a part of you that can have appreciation from the past, while still simultaneously holding excitement for the future and the present moment. Your new chapter has been starting for a while now. It's not like just today it happened. It's been starting for a while. Like all the new characters, the new environments, the new situations, the new opportunities, and the new feeling, the energy, the vibe has all been like showing up for you somehow. Whether you've been pointing your finger and collecting the data and the evidence, or you're kind of just like, realizing it now, or you have been in the moment of realization, this chapter has been opening for a while. Now, it becomes your decision to decide, do I approach this chapter with an open heart? Do I open my energy knowing that I can trust myself, knowing that all the work that I've been doing in the past is going to pay off and it's going to show up differently in this new chapter? And I'm also aware that this chapter at some point will too close. And so I don't want to be in the regret of not having fully experienced this chapter because I was so afraid of leaving this past one. And I was so afraid of looking forward to the next one that I truly forgot to really embrace what this current chapter is. And hindsight is always like, remember back then it used to be so good, and remember back then like we used to do these things, and remember, oh, those were the simple days, those were the, you always look back with this like eye and feeling of nostalgia. But in that moment when those things were happening, like you didn't feel that way. You were like, oh, ugh, gross, I don't have this, I don't have that, I want to be this other thing, I want to do. You were always in this like rush to move to the next thing. And when the next thing came, you went to move to the next thing. And when the next thing came, you just kept going, you kept going. And now here's your opportunity that you have this awareness now. You have a very clear awareness of how this new chapter has opened up for you. So now you get to embrace this new chapter and you say like, yo, like what are the decisions that I'm going to make here that really allow me to feel empowered? How can I actually embrace this version of me right here, right now, knowing that this version of me may change or evolve or die off at another milestone, and that's okay for me. Now you get to decide how you want to experience your new chapter. Is it going to be riddled with fear? Because yes, there are uncertainties. How do you want to manage those and approach those uncertainties? Do you want to just let it overtake you and just be paralyzed about it? Or do you want to allow yourself to trust? Trust that you know what to do. Trust that you're going to be okay. Trust that you'll figure it out, and trust that as chapters do, chapters will open and chapters will close. So it's not forever, nothing is. So as you are approaching this new chapter here, which by the way, as I mentioned, has already started, you make an intentional choice. Is this something that you're going to embrace, or is this something that you will reject? Let me know in the comments what kind of new chapters have opened up for you, and how do you know that? What are the details? What makes you say that this is a new chapter? Why is this brand new? I'm going to leave you another video here that you can watch on your self-development journey. And friends, remember, the world is your playground. And until next time, I will catch you soon.